Nicole, and these are the top 5 healthy foods that are actually making you fat. So, 7 years ago, I lost 130 pounds. No, I didn't. 7 years ago, I was super overweight, and I began my weight loss journey where I eventually lost 130 pounds. Along the way, I discovered the healthy foods that I was choosing in my journey to lose weight actually were hindering my weight loss. They were actually making me gain weight and stop losing weight. The first food that most people think is healthy, yogurt. We buy the plain fat-free Greek yogurt because it has much less carbs and sugar and fat. Most people, when they want to get healthy and lose weight, they grab yogurt off the shelf. However, if you're grabbing a fruit-flavored yogurt, those tend to have a lot more carbs and sugar in them. So you really want to check your labels because some of them can have, for 3/4 of a cup, up to like 22 grams of carbs, 14 grams of sugar, whereas fat-free plain has very little sugar and it's very low in carbs. Not only the fruit flavored, you also want to check the vanilla. They do often add sugar into that one as well, and those can also be higher in carbs. That's why we choose to take a plain yogurt and we flavor it ourselves using extracts like vanilla extract or sugar-free syrups, because those usually have no calories or added carbs or sugar. The next food that most people think is healthy, granola. We used to go and grab granola cereal off the shelf when we were losing weight, and we'd bring it home and check the label, and then we'd be like, oh my goodness, because they contain, even though they have oats, nuts, all the things that are healthy for you, they can be super high in sugar, fat, and carbs. So you really want to check the labels and look for one that is lower in fat and lower in sugar. We were comparing and we realized that we could buy a normal cereal, like any sort of kids breakfast cereal, and it had way less calories, carbs, sugar, and fat. So we ended up just eating kids cereal with our yogurt instead of granola because it was so much better for us, and the granola was causing us to hit plateaus because it was just too high in everything. For all of these things that we're going to show you, we portioned everything out, so any serving size on the backs of containers, that's what we went by. The next thing, it's linked with granola cereal. Any type of granola bar, protein bar, energy bar, most people just go, oh, protein bar, granola bar, those are healthy. Sure, they contain healthy ingredients. However, if you check those labels, man, some of them have more fat, sugar, and carbs than a chocolate bar. And we've got some small chocolate bars here, and they're for one mini chocolate bar, 3 grams of fat, 6 sugar, 8 carbs. You could have 2 of those mini chocolate bars and still be under or equal to most of the bars out there. So really check your labels. There are ones that are better. Just don't go granola, energy, and put them in the cart and not check the label.
Because if you're choosing between the two, I'd just rather have the chocolate bar.
If you can have those for less than a granola bar, I'd choose that too. Number 3, the third food, fruit. Of course, it's healthy. It has lots of vitamins and minerals. But you know what else it contains? Carbs and sugar. Now you're gonna say, everybody says, but it's natural sugar. The thing is, Kyle was fighting type 2 diabetes, and when he was trying to reverse that, sugar was sugar. It didn't matter if it was natural or the fructose kind, the processed kind. So we would choose lower sugar fruits. For example, a fruit like a banana, It's good for you, but they're really high in carbs and sugar. Depending on the size you have, it can be even more carbs and sugar. So we used to have these on occasion or save them for special days. And the fruits that we would eat more often were things that were higher in fiber and lower in sugar, like berries. We love mixed berries. We ate them then and we eat them now because they contain a good amount of fiber and they're much lower in sugar. We like to have apples as well because they do have more fiber, and when we eat a small one or we share one this size, it also cuts down on the amount of sugar that you're taking in. Number 4, milk and smoothies. Again, milk and smoothies are marketed as healthy, and they're good for you. However, if you're just going, oh, smoothie, yeah, oh, milk, fat-free, it's fine, and you put it into your cart and you don't check the labels, a lot of people will say, well, why is fat-free milk bad for you? It still contains carbs and sugar. So we choose the non-dairy almond or cashew milk, something like this, because it contains very little or no sugar, and it's really low on carbs and fat.
And like all those, the non-dairy milks are not created equal, because there is a lot of brands that will have a ton of sugar in those as well, or fat.
So you still do need to check the labels, and the same with smoothies. I'm sure there are ones out there that are lower in sugar and carbs, but labels again and portioning, those are super important so that you can continue losing weight and having smoothies here and there. So my Kyle behind the camera just made a good point.
Yeah, first time for everything.
He reminded me that if you're pulling something that's sugar-free or fat-free from the shelf, it's going to be obviously lower in sugar or whatever. But when a company removes sugar, if they're saying sugar-free, they generally have to add something to keep it tasting good. So check the sodium, check the fat, check the whole label just to see, okay, it might be sugar-free, but what did they add in place?
Just beware of the yummy things.
Yeah, if it's super tasty, it might contain a little more carbs and sugar or fat or whatever than you bargained for. So again, label reading, portioning, and just being aware of if something says that it's healthy or sugar-free, just see what they had to add to make it taste better. Last one, healthy fats. Yes, healthy fats are good for you, but healthy fats can also make you fat. If you eat too many healthy fats, Kyle and I from experience, if we eat too much fat in a day, we gain weight or we stop losing weight. And for example, a tablespoon of coconut oil, this is what a tablespoon looks like. So just this much, it has 13 grams of fat. So if you're just taking a scoop of coconut oil and adding it to whatever, smoothie or cooking, and you didn't measure it, you might be double or tripling your fat intake and not even realizing it.
They can really sabotage your weight loss.
And same with nuts. Like when I was doing research when we were losing weight and I was looking up portions and healthy snacks, I came across nuts. Everything that I read said just grab nuts for a snack. Just grab a handful. Everyone's hand is different. If your handful, and like if I'm gonna grab a handful, like I'm gonna grab a handful. Like this, okay? If you're grabbing a handful of nuts, a serving on the back of the package is this, a third cup. For one serving, it's 26 grams of fat, 280 calories, and 5 carbs. 26 grams of fat is the amount of fat that Kyle and I eat per day. So grabbing a handful of nuts, we'd be already done. And we'd be going on the scale and we're like, why are we gaining weight? We're eating healthy, we're eating nuts, we're eating smoothies. And we'd be like checking the labels going, oh, So what we actually eat as a serving of nuts now, 2 teaspoons to 1 tablespoon per serving.
Another handy tip, when you're grabbing a handful of nuts, just be really gentle.
And also check the types of nuts and healthy fats, because some healthy fats have less fat than others. Right now, avocados are really popular and they're great healthy fat. However, I notice a lot of people who are trying to lose weight will like eat a whole one or half of one and not realize how much fat it actually contains. So if we're having something like avocado, it would literally be like 1 or 2 tablespoons as a portion. So to sum it up, read every label of every package.
Don't trust the marketing.
If it says healthy, do not trust that. Test it for yourself by checking the label and using the serving sizes. The serving sizes are a great guide and they helped Kyle and I both lose 130 pounds. That's each. A person each we lost.
Yeah.
Checking labels, not trusting the things that are called healthy, and portioning.
Even if that package has a fitness person on it or someone riding a bike or jogging up a hill, it just still read the label.
Still read the label.
Yeah.
So we hope this helped you guys out, gave you some tips and tricks on if you're trying to lose weight and you're going groceries.
Don't fall into the healthy food traps.
Don't do it. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at the Colette's Dudes. We're giving all kinds of tips there. Get on it. And hit the bell for notifications so you can get more awesome videos from us, okay? And
Awesome, you said?
yes, I did.
Okay.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, or what?
Or what?
The banana smile of doom. That turns into a frown. Oh. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Colette out. Peace.